Welcome to Talking Beards, an entertainment news podcast all about the facial hair lifestyle and the people who use their beards and mustaches to help change the world. Join your hosts, World Goatee Champion Aaron D. Johnston and two-time National Goatee Champion Scott Sykora as they talk about all the important issues in the community, from charity events, competition news, styling tips, breaking news, and much more. Tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we stream live on all social media platforms as well as talkingbeards.com and answer all of your questions. Join in our chat room and be a part of the show each week as we give away great prizes, compliments of Honest Amish. I am your host, Aaron D. Johnston, and I am Scott Sykora, and we are Talking Beards.
Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? In Talking Beards world, I made the picture disappear properly and everything tonight, Scott.
But you're doing great.
So far, so good. So, yeah, as you said, this is episode number 195 of the live show. This is episode number 273 of the podcast. These are huge numbers. Like, who would have ever thought we were going to do this?
I know. We can't even count that high, and we're, gosh darn.
I don't have enough toes or fingers or anything. Even if I counted all my cat's toes, it's still not even enough.
Whoa, that's disgusting.
I have to count toes and fingers and stuff. That's the way this works, right?
I guess so.
I don't know. I'm Aaron D. Johnston. I'm over here. We're going to be talking about Wigs for Kids tonight. As Scott said earlier, we did the Craft Whisker show last night, helped the ladies out over there, and I don't know, kind of felt like we already did Talking Beards this week, so kind of feels a little off, but this is Talking Beards. Last night was not, and we're just going to continue doing what we were doing last night and raising more money for this amazing organization, Wigs for Kids. And let's just get this going. It's at the bottom of the screen, craftwhiskerclub@yahoo.com. That is the PayPal address. We're probably going to auction some stuff off tonight. We're just looking for donations. And I don't know. That's about it. It's just a free-for-all tonight, Scott. That's what the kids call it.
Yeah, no, we're getting ready for the holiday season. And, the year's winding down. Competitions are winding down. Like Aaron said, there's no competition. Even though there are a few left on the beardcalendar.com, if you look over there, if you're looking for stuff.
This is the only one left of the year.
The online one. Wow.
This is it. Unless there's another one that I don't know about, this is it. The United States male version of Christine Hackman's comp, Ron Wallach, is putting on the world famous beard championship, the online one. So yeah, go check that out. It's on the beard calendar, and mustacheparlor.com is where all the information is.
And as we saw Alan Eckert's here, I want to thank Alan Eckert. He's been sending us boostograms on the Fountain app to the Talking Beards podcast. We want to thank you very much. If anyone's interested, you guys can do it. The Talking Beards podcast can now take boosts, and if you guys are able to do it, any app that offers you the ability to send a boost, you can. So it's a cool way to support the show and give back to the community. So we appreciate it. If you guys want, we'd love for your support in any way. I'm getting over being sick right now, so pardon me for my congestion.
Let's ask Blake. Hey Blake, he's coming in live from Wednesday. Hey Blake, is Scott feeling better tomorrow, or you're today? Is Scott going to be all right tomorrow? Is he going to be healed? Let us know, Blake. He'll let us know in a moment.
Yeah, I know. I need to know.
Yeah, we need to know. And his goatee is 2 months old today.
But so anyways, I'm Scott Sykora. I'm on this side of the page. Aaron,
breaking news.
Where'd
it go? Hold on. You're going to be better tomorrow.
Well, I feel better, but I don't sound better. I sound like I'm getting worse, if anything. I had a couple people commenting last night that I sounded sick, but I am. So, but yeah, you can find out more information about us by going to talkingbeards.com. You can be watching the show over there live currently. But if you want to participate in the chat room, please feel free to follow us over on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. We are live over there currently. We're also live on that Twitter thing, but no one seems to be over there
doing anything anymore. So
We streamed to LinkedIn a couple weeks ago and no one cared, so we didn't go there again.
yeah,
Hey.
so we're kind of experimenting with this right now. It's been a great year for the show. We've been learning a lot, exploring a lot. We've been growing a lot. We've been shrinking a lot. We got tons of great people in the chat room right now. Oh, look at this is a viewer we haven't seen in a while.
Jihad.
Well, he's here every week, but right underneath William Cox.
William Cox. What's up, William?
I would love to help out, but this is a bad time. It's a bad time for a lot of people.
It's a bad time for a lot of people. Exactly.
It is the season, for giving and stuff. And I know it's like, that's the thing is, even for myself, I've been sick. I've been out of work for like the past week, and it's just rough and not the best time of year for that to happen. But it happens, and it's just people need help though. So some people can give and some people can't, and it's totally okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely it, man. We're just here to have a good time, and if you got a couple bucks you want to throw towards the Wigs for Kids thing, like we said already, the PayPal's at the bottom of the screen. Just send it our way. Our goal last night was to raise $1,000, and we didn't quite get there. So you know what? We're just going to turn it into a 2-night extravaganza, and we'll just see what happens. Right?
That is correct. But we'll get a little bit more into this shortly once we bring our guests in and stuff. But so what's been up with you, Aaron? Tell us about your traveling and stuff from this past weekend, because you did something different than you normally do. You flew.
I know, it was super weird. So Chris Battenberg, he runs the Altruistic American out there. It's a nonprofit out there in Reno. That was the beneficiary of the competition that we did out there in June. And it was the end of the year gala for the charity. And they invited me and Natalie to come out there to be, the Honest Amish representatives. And so we went out there. We flew. It was super weird. We flew out there and it was completely smooth getting there. We did the gala. There was a magician. They did raffles. They did auctions.
David Blaine?
Yeah, it was David Blaine's third cousin. It was great.
Ricky Blaine?
Ricky Blaine, the magician. Yeah. But no, he was cool. He he made a chair levitate, and he got out of a straitjacket, and he got Natalie on stage, and they cut a rope into 1,000,000 pieces, and then it magically went back together. It was a good time. It was a super good time. Raised more money for charity. So maybe there's more out there than just beer competitions. Everybody that's watching this, we don't always have to have beer competitions. If bearded people can still get together and just dress up and still do raffles and stuff and have a good time. We did the bearded prom back in May, I believe, and it was kind of similar. It was very similar, but yeah, it was a good time. So we flew out there, and then the whole I don't know. It was a disaster getting home. My gosh. Complete and utter disaster. And this is why I don't fly, Scott.
Cows have udders.
Cows do have udders. But so we left the hotel at 4:30 a.m., which already wasn't super fun. And then we got to the airport and we got in the plane, and it's snowing. It's butt off in Reno. And then we get in the plane, we get in it, and the plane gets stuck trying to leave the tarmac, trying to get out on the tarmac, the little pushing little car thing. Wasn't happening, dude. Just wasn't happening. Then the little cart thing had to get undug, and then we finally got it out there, and then they're like, all right, we're going to get in line to get de-iced. It'll be like 10, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. That's what he said. And 2 hours later of 15, 20 minutes, we finally got in the air, and we only had a 2-hour layover in Dallas. So that means we missed our flight. And then we got to hang out in Dallas for 6 hours, and that was a lot of fun. And then instead of flying from Dallas to Augusta like we were originally supposed to, and we were going to be home by 4 p.m., we then flew to Charlotte and landed in Charlotte at like 11:30 at night. And then we landed in Augusta at like 12, and then we finally made it home. Oh, yeah, then they lost our luggage. That was it. Yeah, we landed in Augusta, and I bet maybe 5 or 6, maybe 10 bags came on the little turny thing, and then the chick walked out, and she just shrugged and looked around. I was like, "Is that it? Is that all the bags?" She was like, "Yep, that's it." And there was at least 30 of us standing there. None of our bags were there, but I guess since our flight got canceled, all of our flights got canceled. Our bags still stayed the course of the original flight plan. So all of our bags were just in some random room in the airport, and then we had to go find someone because it's a tiny airport. And then we did it. We found our stuff.
You did it.
We did it, and then we slept all day. But this is why I don't fly. But we did. It was a 36-hour drive, and we still made it home in like less than that. Way less than that. So it was still faster than driving, but man, it was super frustrating. But that was my my Reno adventure. How's your being sick been for the last week?
Well, it's been kind of crappy. I mean, nothing. I mean, I really have nothing to report other than I've caught up on my sleep.
Nice.
Watched a couple of really cool. I am season 4, episode 15 of Clone Wars on Star Wars. So
how do you like that so far?
Yeah, this is my second run through, but it's such a good cartoon. I mean, if you're into cartoons, but I mean, if you're into Star Wars, it really builds such a great, huge story that you just don't really know about. And
it's like it's easier for them to make those to fill in like the gaps of the movies, I guess, just because it's cartoons.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty cool. I've watched very little of it, but it's very informative to fill in the gaps of the storylines.
And I'll tell you what, if you've ever watched it, and literally it does not, it seasons 1 and 2 and halfway through season 3, it's just it's good. But then all of a sudden it just takes off. So if you've ever watched it before and you were trying to get through it and you're like, I just can't do it, start halfway through season 3 and then you'll become hooked, because then it's like everything is in like series of 3. So it's like 3 episode arcs, and it's like watching like a little movie. And there's it was like the writing just got completely like different and better. So
Josh Barefoot Brain says he has never watched anything Star Wars.
He's never seen anything. He's never even seen Darth Vader. He doesn't even know what he looks like.
He doesn't even know what a Baby Yoda is.
No, he doesn't.
He has no idea.
He's never even seen your tattoo.
Nope. I got Baby Yoda tattoo.
Who doesn't?
Star Wars tattoo.
He's probably got a Star Wars tattoo and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, he has no idea. Like, he's just like, oh, I got this thing on my leg. It's, I don't know, BB-8. It's like an orange and white ball.
Yeah, so, and then we just watched, we watched 2 different documentaries. We watched the one about Woodstock 99, which that was pretty interesting. And we just finished like a couple hours ago the one about Pepsi when they were giving away a jet fighter. That was really good. Yeah, so if
Pepsi gave away a jet fighter?
Well, they advertised that they were, if you raised 7 million Pepsi points, you could win a Harrier jet.
Okay.
And so some kid tried to do this. He found an investor, and then they it's a whole long story. You got to watch it. That was really interesting though. It's 4 episodes, so it's really
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have a short list of documentaries and stuff we want to watch, and it's all just about people. Really, it's like Selena Gomez has a good one out, and I want to watch it. And I don't know, there's one about Barney. I guess there was like some behind the scenes.
The lead singer of Napalm Death?
No, the Purple Dinosaur one.
Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, so apparently something bad happened in Barney and stuff. So we want to watch that one. I don't remember what else was on the list.
Stupid Andrew, you couldn't have watched it. I bet you Blake has seen it though.
Probably.
There it is. Where's my jet Pepsi? That Kyle put it in there.
Thank you, Kyle Waller. Oh yeah, there's the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle one that's on Netflix. I think we might watch that maybe. I don't know. I like watching documentaries and stuff about people or movies about like real life things that aren't the people. That's pretty good.
Like what? Give me one example.
I don't know.
Let's see, you're done.
Chippendales.
Yes.
We're watching it right now.
The Rescue Rangers?
No, the naked dancer people. Christine
Never.
Hackman loves those. Like, I think she's a huge fan of Chippendale dancers. Speaking of Christine Hackman, do you want to bring in our guests?
Oh my gosh. Why don't we bring in our two fantastic guests tonight?
Yeah, so we as we said earlier, we were on the Craft Whisker show last night. We gave the invitation to everybody that wanted to be involved from last night to be involved tonight. And we got 2 takers. So that's better than 0. So that's pretty good. So let's just get this thing started. Yeah, so that's not the one I wanted. That's the one I have loaded. It doesn't matter. Here we go. We'll just do this one. So yeah, last night we were on the Craft Whisker show, and tonight we're going to bring in a couple people to talk about their experience and just overall BS for the next 45 minutes. So yeah, we'll go ahead and bring them in. We have Shannon Chicken Bread and Christine Hackman. Oh my gosh. You better
stop it.
Oh, Shannon, you looked so much better a minute ago. Yeah, man, we don't want to see your face.
Christina, seriously, can we hear you? Can you talk?
I don't believe her.
Don't believe me. He's lying. That's what
we were getting ready to hang up on you.
Yeah, we're like just like this. Boom. Oh, she's back. Yeah, so if you watched our amazing episode that we all did last night, Christine Hackman had some technical difficulties and had no audio, but tonight she fixed it. She went to the Canadian internet people and was like, "Listen here, I got to do this very important Talking Beard show." And they're like, "Whoa, you're going to be on Talking Beards?" And Canadian internet people gave her all the internet tonight. So. What's up, Hackman?
I kind of wish it was the opposite and that tonight you wouldn't see me and I would just be like voice of God commenting on everything.
Well, I mean, you still could.
You can turn your camera off.
Here.
I could, but I'm looking really pretty today, so the people need to see this.
I mean,
please don't ask for sound effects because Scott has some.
He disconnected the sound effect.
I disconnected it.
Okay, thank you.
So he was playing with this new sound effects machine and tried to run it through. And then we were going to prank call people, but it didn't work.
So I got this new doohickey. It's called a PodTrack P4. And basically what we can do is we can start running phone calls into the show. And it also comes with some built-in sound effects, which are kind of dumb, but we were goofing around with it earlier. And
I mean, it worked pretty good for Shannon's little story earlier. That was pretty funny.
We laughed really hard.
But yeah, but with the audio thing that he had when he called Natalie while we were testing it, she could only hear him. So
yeah, it could have been selective hearing. I don't want to hear you sometimes either. So
I mean, that's usually how it works in my house. She never listens to me ever. See?
All right, so let's get into last night's show. Let's talk a little bit about so. Last night, Aaron and I co-hosted the Craft Whisker Club show, and we were joined with Christine. We were also joined with Sommer, Hobbler, Natalie, Tisha, and our good friend Shannon below made the boxes for the craft battle. So this craft battle was to help. Basically, it's been promoted for the past 3 months or so. You say
something like that, yeah.
And it's been promoted to help raise money for wigsforkids.org. And we've been just trying to raise money here. And so last night was the culmination of all of it. And we had this big battle, which was a ton of fun. You guys can find it over on the either the Craft Whisker Club Facebook page, or you can find it on the Talking Beards Facebook page or YouTube page. It'll be there. But yeah, so we figured we would continue the fun from last night into tonight and have these two on and kind of just talk a little bit about last night and the whole SPAC story about how the idea came up and how Shannon came up with the idea for the products, and then we'll talk to Christina about what her thoughts were on opening that box and then trying to use those materials to make a mustache.
Yes. Yeah. So just dive into your creative box there, Shannon. Little backstory. Keep in mind that this was supposed to happen 3 months ago.
Yes,
everybody.
they were
And these
shipped
boxes
3
have
months
just
ago.
been sitting.
Yes. So I was privileged with providing this box, and I don't have that problem, but all these mustache guys are always griping. I get food in my mustache. I'm always biting my mustache, whatever. Just wah wah wah. So I figured we would have items that were edible, or mostly anyway, to where they could make an edible mustache. And they got a box that weighed like 3 pounds and something. It had all kinds of candies, little candied marshmallows. Some had gummy bears. Some had a gummy glob.
Melted.
There was some because, mind you, it was shipped in August.
And it was, still a lot warmer in Texas and whatnot.
Yeah,
where the boxes were coming
there
from.
were some dried chili peppers in there. There was those little candy necklaces, some sour strips, some, gosh, I don't even remember what it was. Several items.
Gummy cheeseburgers.
Little bitty cheeseburgers. Yep. So idea was to have fun with it and make a mustache out of edible items.
And then while Shannon was setting it all up, or while we were, he was describing everything in the box, he was like, so for bonus points, if you don't use glue, that would be even better.
Because they had Cheese Whiz as well, as Christine just held up.
And peanut butter.
And peanut butter and frosting that they could have used as a binder. And I will give kudos to Natalie. She used only items from the box.
And I would like to say her room was a mess afterwards. And it absolutely just reeked of peanut butter. After the show, I went in there. I was like, it just smells like a peanut butter factory in this room. But
why don't you bring up a picture of Natalie's mustache?
So I've got everybody's in here, but this is Natalie's. There's no glue or anything. She used the peanut butter and the Cheese Whiz, and I guess the black is that icing stuff.
The frosting. Yep. She used only items in the box.
It's a mess, but it worked.
Was freaking cool.
And it stayed together.
And there were those little French fry things. I don't know what that hot dog looking thing is. Is that a hot dog? Not a real a candied hot dog.
One of the gummies.
Okay, yeah. Little umbrellas. All kinds of little sparkly shaped things. They all did outstanding. It was freaking cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was something. But it was funny because we had heard that you tried to put cotton candy in it, but something with the cotton candy didn't work. And so you ended up shipping it without the cotton candy. And then I told Natalie, I was like, I hope he did not just send food. Surely the cotton candy was the only food that was in there, because it's just been sitting on the table here for 3 months. I'm like, man,
thank goodness there wasn't anything perishable in there. The gummy bears didn't fare so well in some of the boxes.
I think ours was okay. Your
put a can of soup in there.
Yeah, Summer had a glob of gummy glob.
It was just a glob.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting time. What did you think about it, Miss Hackman?
Well, it was a challenge for sure. And there was no way I was going to do anything without my glue gun. So props to Natalie for getting through that. But that was, I'm still sweeping up sugar off of my floor. And that was nasty. That was a whole bunch of nasty. I appreciate the challenge there, Shannon. But wow, I'm never doing that again.
Look at this! Look at this creation that she was able to put together.
It is,
dude. This thing is beautiful.
Yeah, there's some little miniature toast and some gum. She used the little marshmallows, the sprinkles.
Oh, spatulas too were in there.
Oh yeah,
some little spatulas and a whisk.
Straws.
So next to the toast with the pink umbrella, next to it, is that a cap that's on there?
What is that?
Oh, the the little thing by the gummy bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Now she went and did it. She went and touched it.
Remember that time where when Hackman was working? That's pretty good. Oh, there you go. You're right.
my back. Okay. Sorry,
Kinda.
I had an incoming phone call. I'm using my phone tonight. It's very
Yeah, and it's
confusing.
Who was it? We should have answered it and talked to him.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Okay. Whew. Yeah. So the only thing is, I didn't think at all in advance how I was going to attach that to my face. And by the time I was done, it was about 2 pounds of candy. So all I could do was hold it up. But I did manage to make matching chest hair because that's what I do. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it. I don't know
Yeah.
We didn't get a
your
picture of
chest
that.
hair.
You just got to believe. Just believe.
It was there. We
It's the
saw it.
season. It's the season to do that, Hackman. It's the season to believe.
Mm.
It is.
If I would have known it'd be December before they done it, I could have done Christmas candy.
Well, I mean, there's still time.
Yeah, we still have a week left till Christmas.
Yeah, go ahead and send it out. We'll do another one. All the
Candy
girls
can-
were super thrilled about doing the first one, so they'll probably be even more thrilled to do it again.
So how many of those items, Christine, do you not have in Canada?
We lost her again.
She's sideways again.
There we go.
She's back. Hey.
Yeah, you should
Sorry,
use
I've been getting
poutine.
somebody is phoning me from the East Coast of Canada, and I'm wondering if it's urgent because they've called twice now. But if it's really urgent, they'll call a third time.
If you need to hop off and answer your phone, you can come back in a little bit.
No,
Yeah,
what
we
if it's a terrible? What if I'm going to find out that somebody died? I don't want to hear about that right now. Let's talk about happy things instead.
All right, we'll talk about happy things. So Shannon asked, what of those items did you not have in Canada?
Well, I pray to God we don't actually have this in Canada. I've never seen it before.
Cheese
It's
whiz at all?
terrifying.
Take you another swig of that like you did last night, just to show the fans how wonderful it really is.
You know what? I swear to you, I didn't actually. You can see the nozzle is clean. That was miming. I did not put this in my body. I'm afraid to put this in my body.
It'll change your life.
It was
It will.
probably
You'll love it.
But if somebody will pledge $100 to our cause right now, I will put this. I will take a swig of this.
Done.
Look at this.
Okay.
It was probably Justin Trudeau calling because you're famous now because of your
Probably.
mustache.
Yep.
Well, we do talk a lot. There's only like 8 people in Canada, and we're all on the same phone plan. So Justin is on my phone plan.
Maybe they could make a spray like cheese for poutine.
We just spray gravy instead. That's part of the poutine hemisphere.
Oh,
So you
so-
probably have like gravy whiz in Canada.
We do. You can spread it. You can spray it. You can drizzle it. You
Maple
can put it in
syrup
ice
ones.
cubes, and then you can put it into your coffee afterwards. So you can have a nice gravy latte. We're very big fans of that.
Oh, I love a good gravy latte. It
It's-
really
it's-
like wakes you up in the morning, you know?
You got to get that at the Tim Hortons, but only in the Canadian ones, obviously.
Of course. Obviously. Well, where else would you get something so magical as that than Tim Hortons? You gotta go
Only
Tim
in
Hortons and get
America's hat.
your gravy latte and a pack of hockey cards.
Yes, yes.
Tim
And
Hortons.
and there was those Justin Bieber Timbits, which
I
are
know.
like little donut balls. I
Those are
think
my
people
favorite.
like balls, don't they?
So at an hour and 4 minutes last night, you can hear Scott Sykora mention how much he loves balls.
I made my declaration.
What he did.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, 1 hour and 4 minutes of last night's episode of the Craft Whisker Show. If you
I was
wanna-
really hoping, and I should have thought about this today. I thought you would go in and cut that out and
I
play
meant
it
to.
tonight.
I meant to, but I forgot.
Oh, it's my new ringtone, Scott.
Oh, if you want me to, I'll make it happen for you because we talk
Bless.
so much.
Bless.
Well, we
So
did
back
exchange
to
phone
the
numbers
cheese
last
whiz.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, Shannon. There you go. You got to eat cheese whiz now.
Jesus
Hackman.
Christ.
So
Okay.
speaking of cheese whiz, is everybody familiar of a Philly cheesesteak?
Yes, whiz.
Yeah, that's the cheese that's on a Philly cheesesteak, or supposed to be, is cheese whiz. No,
Oh,
you
no,
just
just put the
No.
can up. We want to see
I
it.
gotta see if I can get it. Do I have to crack this open? Oh, God.
there you go. You figured it out. No, Just open your mouth and push the little trigger. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Come on, pretend it's
on.
like whipped cream.
Yeah, it's just like
Just-
whipped cream.
yeah. There you
Open
go.
it. There you
It's
go. Come
yellow
on.
whipped cream.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
It's gonna match it matches your
charity.
glasses.
This
Yeah.
is for the kids.
Exactly.
It's for the kids.
It matches your glasses.
I
Come on.
can't make it up now.
That's gonna be my new screensaver.
Eat it. Yeah. What
Okay,
are you
that's
doing?
enough.
Oh.
The camera off.
Oh my gosh.
That was worth every penny.
absolutely.
Oh my
You
goodness.
didn't even eat any of. Oh, now you look like a 4-year-old. Is that a notebook paper?
It is. It's all I've got handy. I wasn't expecting to have
Oh
to
my goodness.
To spray
Oh.
cheese all over your face.
Oh.
Well, if you were at Aaron's house, you could just randomly grab one of the cats and wipe your face with it.
You could. Anywhere.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Oh,
She looks like she's gonna cry. So speaking of the things we do to help the kids, let's talk a little bit about Wigs for Kids.
Let's talk about Wigs for Kids, Scott.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about them.
Christine, I think that you're the one that come up with that charity, aren't you?
I was hoping we would do something for the kids, and also as a wig maker, I work with a lot of cancer patients. So Locks of Love was one name that came up, but then I believe it was Summer that found the Wigs for Kids, because they're actually a little bit better as far as we were concerned. They don't charge the children for the wigs, and I believe that other charities might. So we just thought we'll get 100% behind these ones, because especially at this time of year, again, it's difficult for children. It's a hard time to be sick. It's a hard time to look sick. And if you've got a little bit of hair on your head and you can fit in with the rest of the kids, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So we're really proud to find this one.
I can
All right,
only imagine how hard it is on those little kiddos.
Wigs for Kids is a nonprofit organization that helps children suffering from hair loss stemming from chemotherapy, radiation therapy, alopecia, trichotillomania, burns, and other medical causes. Stylists and regular people just like you work together to give recipients the self-esteem and self-image they deserve. And so each one of these wigs that they make is handmade, custom made for each child. I mean, they say that once these wigs go on and these kids are out playing, they're not going to fall off their heads. They're there and they're going to stay with them and stick on their head. And each one costs about $1,800 to make. So I mean, that's quite a bit of money, but I mean, it's definitely, these little kids are worth it. And it, to help with their self-esteem, of course. I mean, that's, that's the worst thing is, like, I specifically remember when I was in elementary school and we had a girl who had cancer and she lost all of her hair with chemotherapy. And this is 1980. So, I mean, it was back then, it was rough. And I remember her coming to school one day with a wig, and just everyone was just like, they felt so good for her because she felt the most normal that she had felt in months, because she had missed so much school because she had been so sick with the chemotherapy and everything. But yeah, I mean, that was almost 40 years ago. And just seeing how much everything's changed in all of these years. And even my grandmother, who went through chemotherapy, she had wigs too to help her when she went out in public and stuff. It makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
I remember the very first time a friend of mine had cancer and I had started being a wig maker, and we went to a store to try and buy her a wig. and she was a woman. I think she was about in her 50s at the time. And we got zero customer care. We just we're trying wigs on like they were toques. It was just a humiliating experience to be through that. It's come a long way as far as customer care goes in the wig industry, but a lot of pre-made wigs are still made for adult heads, even the smaller ones. If a kid's got a really tiny head, it's really hard to get a good fit. And you have to have a good fit so it doesn't go flying off. You have to have a good fit so it looks decent. You don't want to pull it down like a toque. It's got to look normal. And making a custom wig like they're doing for Wigs for Kids, that can take between 40 and 60 hours to build a wig from scratch. So
they were talking a few hundred hours.
Yeah.
And aren't these all made with real hair as well, right?
Yeah, and it's they take hair donations as well. So if you ever have a bunch of hair that you want to donate, ideally you want to have hair that's not processed, like blue hair like mine, nobody would want. But it should be at least 8 inches long. The longer, the better. And what you can do is you can braid it up or ponytail it up and then cut that above the elastic. And then it's nice and bundled, because a little wig thing here. If your hair grows in cuticles, so it's kind of like shingles. And if you mix the hair up and some of it's going one way and some's going the other way, then it's going to tangle. So you have to make sure that the hair is all going in the direction that it grows when you donate it. And I've had people try and give me donations that they swept up off the floor. Don't do that. That's unhygienic. That's messy. That ain't going to work.
It's just because it's not hygienic, or?
And the cuticles are backwards, and then you got to pick through there and get things right. No, just braid it or ponytail it proper. Make it easy.
Hey, here we go. So if you go to wigsforkids.org, which I just realized is based out of Cleveland, Ohio. I did not know that.
You used to live there.
Yeah, it's actually in a town not far from where I live in Westlake, Ohio, which they go there all the time. But yeah, they have guidelines and everything. They're looking for hair that it says make sure it is minimum of 12 inches for proper hair donation length. They encourage you to wait and grow a longer ponytail, 14 plus inches, to have the most impact on the child in need. And then, as Christine was talking about color treated or highlighted hair, it says temporary coloring or highlights that wash out are acceptable, but must be completely washed out before cutting. You can find out all this information, like we said, by going over to wigsforkids.org. There's ton. I mean, this is one of those websites that I spent I felt like an hour on earlier today. There's a lot of information on here. So definitely go check it out.
Have you ever, Christine, made any wigs for children?
Not from scratch. No, I did have a family that came to me and they just had a regular size wig that they needed sized down. And that's possible, but it still is never going to fit as right as a custom wig would.
So with a custom wig, you just measure their head or something like that, basically, and it's made for that person. It's not.
Yeah.
That's cool. I assume.
Yeah. So if you are interested and you want to know more information, there's three different main areas on their website. So if you are a family that's looking for a wig, there's a portal for recipients, a one for people who are wanting to donate hair, and then for stylists who, if you own a salon or something and you want to become part of the program to help collect hair for these kids that hand it over to Wigs for Kids, you can check it out there. But there's tons of, like I said, tons of resources here on this website. So,
all right. Do we have anything we're going to auction off tonight? We got 20 minutes for the end of the show. I mean, think about it. We kind of sort of talked about it. I don't know. I got some shirts and stuff I can throw in. I got all the Honest Amish stuff that you could ever imagine. If anybody wants
You're giving away all of the Honest Amish stuff,
we can. I don't know.
All of it? I don't think they would be happy about that, Aaron.
I don't know. I got this. I can keep adding to it. Let's do that. Let's just start here, and let's just get this ball rolling. Let's try
we'll do an Honest Amish mega prize pack.
So I've got these three to start it out with. It's pure oil, heavy duty balm, a slick soap, What else? I don't know. I got stuff over here. I got a comb.
Do you?
I do. I have a
a beard FHL t-shirt.
I got a FHL t-shirt.
Don Wayne's offering $30.
$30. There we go. We got a little prize pack going here.
So Christina, say for instance you're going into one of these like just general wig stores like around the corner, what are most of those wigs made out of?
Well, you usually have the choice between synthetic or human hair, and there's going to be a difference in price point based on that. And a lot of people also wonder what is going to be more comfortable to wear. And it's not really a question of synthetic versus human hair. It's more about the density of the wig. So if you've got a wig with a lot of extra hair on it, then it's going to be a lot hotter to wear. And it's also going to end up looking very wiggy. So if you want to get something that passes on the street, it's good to get something that's got a little less hair in it, or even to thin it out with thinning shears. You can get a salon a hairdresser to take care of that for you. But the good thing, synthetic wigs are a lot better than they used to be in the old days, and they really do pass a lot better on the street. There's people wearing wigs that you don't even know they are.
No, yeah, for sure.
Natalie sat next to a lady on the airplane, and she was like, "Oh, I really like your hair," and I couldn't have told you. And then the lady was like, a little bit later, she's like, "Yeah, it's a wig.
It's a toupee."
Had no idea. Look, just would have never imagined in a million years. Like, yeah, looks super good.
I think one of the biggest areas where you can tell a fake wig or whatever is usually on the hairline. Usually it's because it doesn't look natural and it doesn't look like it's growing out of the scalp. And if it's not styled properly, that's when it looks the worst, I'm sure. But
yeah, it really helps if people wear styles with bangs and that comes around the face, because anytime you try and have like just a part, it's going to show that hard line there.
Just like on that, like what would they use for like a backing or under material? Like how, because I don't know. I'm asking dumb questions, but I guess they're not dumb questions, but since I have an expert here, well, why not take advantage? So like, say for instance, for me, like how would you attach a wig to my head? Like, do you put something on my head and glue it, or do you set it, or is it Velcro, or like, how does it work?
Okay. Well, if somebody doesn't have any hair, but they want to wear a wig, usually wigs are made on a cap that's got some stretch to it. So it does sort of fit your head a bit like a toque. And then what you can do is use some double-sided tape at some strategic points to sort of anchor it down.
Or you could get buttons installed in your head, like surgically implanted, and then you put the opposite side of the button on the wig, and then you just like snap them in place.
I think there are some toupee systems where they do the derma magnets, but that's I don't deal with toupees.
What?
Why not? Why don't you deal with toupees?
Well, I used to a long time ago, and I found that, pardon my French, but guys are pretty disgusting in their hygiene, and a lot of times they just do not wash their hair pieces enough. And I would be given these toupees to work on that were just dripping with DNA, and I don't need that.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a question for you, Miss Hackman. So
you're
on some of these, it's, here we go. Speaking of merkins. So merkins I've seen, and some beards, there's extra lace that pokes out past the hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Yes.
wig netting. Well,
Yes.
why do you leave some wig netting outside of the hair like that instead of just running the hair all the way up to the line?
Okay. Well, while you're building it, you need that extra hair so that you can pin it and work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're going to use it, it depends on the situation. I would leave longer lace if I was doing, say, a wig or something for theater, because then it's going to make that hairline come nice and close. Or also there's a very fine lace that you can use for film and television. But if I was going to use that same piece up close and personal, then I would trim the lace, because very close, you're going to see it.
I just didn't know if you filled that in with like a makeup or something like that.
You shouldn't have to. It should go invisible enough. Like I said, the stage stuff from far enough away, it just disappears. And the stuff that I do for HD, it's so fine that it blends right away.
Home
Since
Depot?
against the skin, it just kind of disappears.
You make wigs for Home Depot?
Yes. You'd be surprised how many of those Home Depot people are wearing rugs.
Huh. I would be surprised. Thank goodness I shop at Lowe's. They don't have those there.
All right, so if you we're gonna auction this shirt, this Honest Amish prize pack. I got a comb and stuff. It's up to $47 and a 20-piece McNuggets and a free Scoot throat punch.
Yeah, you don't want to make me lose my voice anymore.
Yeah, so definitely someone needs to bid past $47 so Scott doesn't get punched in the throat.
I would love to continue talking.
Yeah. What else we got?
Well, let's talk a little bit about a competition that's coming up next month that Shannon and Aaron are both
great idea.
With. Yeah, I sometimes am full of good ideas.
Yeah, this one right here.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, what do you know about this little competition there, Shannon? We're going to have you on the show to fully dive into it, but where are we at with the planning process with this thing?
January 21st, right here in LaGrange, Texas. Same venue as last year, the Historic Casino Hall. Same charity as last year, the Health and Behavioral Wellness Council, the Greater Colorado Valley. Look up that page, the event page on Facebook. It's got the link in there for the charity. You can read all about them. It's got updates, announcements, and everything on there. It's shaping up to be awesome. Last year was just absolutely amazing, and I think that this year is going to be as well.
I just remember from last year the people being there and just how the people that had never been to a beard competition before were just so completely enamored and enthralled with what we were doing, and were just extremely inquisitive. I just remember watching groups of people walking around and asking questions and talking to all of us like, oh my gosh, this is great, and just kind of learning about the beard culture and what we've been doing for years and years of all these small little events that we throw to help raise money for these charities and stuff. And I just remember how grateful they were and just how excited they were that we were there raising money for them. And how once again, I mean, I know we had spoke with you last year about this, Shannon, but how did you come about these, the what is it? The Colorado,
the wellness, so it's the Health and Behavioral Wellness Council of the Greater Colorado Valley, but they shortened it to just the Wellness Council.
This is great.
Shortened it for this year.
Yeah. So what they did, us discussing it, what we wanted the money to go to, and we wanted it to be a mental health, suicide prevention type charity. And all of us reached out to different ones, and, some bigger ones, some national ones, and couldn't even get a call back. And, so we started looking local, and I work with a gentleman that January 20th, the Friday before our comp, will be the 3-year anniversary of him losing his 16-year-old daughter. And I reached out to him. We've talked a lot, even before the comp, but I talked to him and I said, because they had a fundraiser type deal in his daughter's name. And I inquired about that. And he said, let me tell you, let me hook you up with this lady, Dr. Maisie Leftwich. He said, that's who I would recommend. What they're doing, they were a brand new charity. They just started. This January will be 2 years since they had their first meeting. And what it is they put together a resource directory just for rural folks, because we're 100 miles from Houston, Austin, San Antonio. there's a lot of resources in those areas, not so much in the rural community. And she is actually a retired therapist that moved from the Houston area to this rural area to retire, and got to see the need for those things in this area. And one of them was a resource officer or a mental health officer in Colorado County, which is the next county over. That was their first big goal, was to get the funds raised to hire a mental health sheriff's deputy that is first a sheriff's deputy, but trained in mental health situations. And they get to go, and they are the ones that go out on those calls and can have a much, much more positive outcome in those situations. And then after that, he makes daily checks to people in the community that have had I wouldn't say a history of mental illness, but were prior calls. He just makes, house calls and wellness visits and stuff. And it's truly, truly been amazing.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely a worldwide epidemic. And I mean, I like the fact that, you were able to find a more localized organization that was, I mean, this is great. I mean, I guess I didn't realize that they were just starting out too. And, what a perfect time for us to get involved with them is when they're, just in their infancy, and hopefully that this relationship continues to grow and we can be one of those forces that helps them like gain huge momentum every year and make huge strides in helping a lot more people. I mean, that's just so fascinating. And I mean, thank you very much.
Yeah, Shannon's been doing a ton of work with these people. He's being kind of modest about how much he's done with them, but dude, it's really cool. It's cool to see it all come together, and I know this event it means a lot to that community there in LaGrange, and I feel like people are going to come out for it. I really do.
I think we're going to have a lot bigger community presence.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot bigger community presence.
I think people are going to have some FOMO from last year.
Yeah,
because it was a cool event for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, just seeing how people were reacting that had never been to it, like they were truly excited and just like I said, very inquisitive about what this was. And I wouldn't be shocked to see like dozens more people show up that are competing that have never done beard competitions before, that are just, anticipating this event just to be a part of it. So I think that is awesome too.
Yep. I already know of a few local folks that are going to be first-time competitors there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
So back on a more not
upbeat
note. There we go. Alan Eckert is, where are we at? Yeah, here we go. Oh, never mind. Tom plays up to 80. So we got this shirt, I'll probably throw some more stuff in the box. I'll just be completely honest. So it'll be a prize pack for sure. And I'll load it up, but yeah, we're up to $80. We can just go ahead and say, anybody else wants to be $80. This is your
Alan's going at it.
Alan bid 85.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
and give Alan and Don time to respond.
There you go.
We want to encourage everyone.
I've got some You Matter stuff that I gathered up. We'll do whenever this one's over.
Sure.
And anyone that's in the chat room who wants to donate, I mean, any of these guys that have made an offer, please, I mean, if you guys still want to, just go to the PayPal page and go to the Craft Whisker Club at yahoo.com, make the donation to that. That would be really awesome. Anything we can do to help these little kids out, I mean, not that we'd be able to raise enough money to make a difference for them for this Christmas, but in making a difference in their future is just, I mean, enough. It doesn't matter when it happens, but we would just love to be a part of making a difference in these kids' life. So we have Christmas coming up in a little over a week. Gosh, do you guys celebrate Christmas up in Canada?
We have the North Pole in Canada.
Oh,
so it's sort of it's part of our culture. We are forced to by law to celebrate Santa Claus.
Yeah, because he lives in your country, so
he is there. Yes.
There you go. Don Wayne's up to 90. There we go.
Do you guys call
Alan,
him
you're
something?
outbid.
Oh, look at that. Do you guys call him something different up there in Canada?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Alan gave the thumbs up. I think that's his way of saying he's out.
I'd say Don is your winner.
That's it. Don Wayne, go ahead and send that over to the Craft Whisker Club at yahoo.com on PayPal. And yeah, that's about all we got time for tonight, really. I would have liked to auction a whole bunch of stuff off, but we're not What Up Mob Wednesday. We're not going to go for 3, 4, 5, 10 hours.
I would have auctioned this off, this authentic cheese stuff.
That's
by a Hackman, but that's I guess it's too late for that.
Oh,
the Hackman, is that what it's called now?
This is a good question. What's more important in Canada, Christmas or Boxing Day?
New Year's Eve.
That wasn't the question.
There's 2 holidays here. What's more important? Like, what's more celebrated in Canada?
Valentine's Day.
Is there a National Hockey Day up there?
Stanley Cup Day.
That's the best day.
Every day is Hockey Day in Canada.
Every day is Stanley Cup Day in Canada.
What is hockey?
I
think
it's
the greatest sport ever invented.
Like soccer with sticks. I think something like that, right?
It's like soccer on steroids with sticks.
Yeah, it's
and
like
you can actually like beat each other up. You don't like just have to like roll around on the ground if someone blows air on you and act like you
that's true.
Destroyed.
That's where hockey gets the win over soccer because you can fight and it's okay.
What are you talking about?
Violent.
I know. Canadians embrace the violence.
That's the only time that any Canadian does anything violent ever. That's why
we're
many
wearing
people
padding and have sticks in our hands. It's
that's
true.
That's why it's so popular in Canada. It makes sense. Like y'all can't, fight each other, but like if you play hockey, you can fight each other like the Americans do, and then you're like, sold. Let's all go play hockey and beat up each other.
If they get a boo-boo, all they got to do is lay down on the ice.
Yeah, then let the ice heals it, and then they're back in.
So do you guys like watch the movie Strange Brew like we watch like what would be like an American classic here?
Fast and the Furious.
Lonesome Dove.
Strange Brew is very dear to my heart. It's true. There's hosers, there's beer, there's toques. They've got it all.
What about Mighty Ducks?
It's not a Canadian movie. It's a Disney movie, you idiot.
It's about hockey?
It's about Disney hockey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then how
Strong
Disney,
opinions.
And then how Disney influenced the NHL to make a team. Dumb.
I think we touched a soft spot there.
She did not like
don't
that.
keep poking that. Just back off.
I'm on your team. Christine and I are on the same team when it comes to the hockeys.
Christine Hackman loves the Mighty Ducks. So
There you
everybody that's watching, just make sure that you keep that in mind. If like you're buying her like Christmas presents or something like that, a DVD or VHS of Mighty Ducks.
You're getting coal for Christmas, and it's not going in your stocking.
Ooh.
Where's it going?
Yanis.
My nose? Are you going to be?
Yes, that is what I am implying.
My butt.
An orifice that is not a stocking.
Anything can be a stocking if you put your mind to it.
Quack.
I've got
quack,
cheese
quack,
lick. I
quack.
don't need you guys anymore.
Yeah, eat that cheese whiz.
All right.
Do we have a total for tonight?
Do we have a
My
total?
income smells like cheese now, by the way. So thanks for that.
Well, because probably some of it went up your nose.
Did you?
It's possible too.
You put it everywhere, but in your mouth. Like, you just
For
refuse
effect,
to
Aaron.
eat the cheese whiz. You're just like,
Leave the poor girl alone. Gosh.
why? Sorry. Here.
Yeah. Quack, quack, quack. Don's sending his in currently. So
Sending.
add
Okay.
that.
Well, I know we raised a little bit tonight. We didn't quite, reach the $1,800. That would have been super cool, but hopefully we got closer to that 1,000. And every little bit's going to help. And if we didn't do these 2 shows this week, that means the few $100s that we raised wouldn't have got raised for those kiddos and trying to get a new wig. So,
And
Okay.
Shannon, did you guys discuss are we going to keep that PayPal open till the end of the week?
All week.
Decided all week.
I think so. Yeah. Fabs and then we're going to bring it up on their show Friday as well.
Yep. And I think Ray Norcross is going to bring it up on his show on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, cool.
But yeah. Oh, let's do this real quick. I didn't finish it. So here's Hackman's mustache from last night. We went over that. There's Natalie's only put together with peanut butter and icing mustache. Here's Tish's. Did she use any? She used hot glue on hers as well.
Yeah, she
right?
used some glue.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I don't know. Did Summer?
Hobbler?
I think she used a little. Yeah.
She used a lot of peanut butter, but she did use some hot glue. I really like the cheeseburger right in the middle.
Summer did eat part of hers after the show was over.
She 100% did. She took a couple pretty substantial bites out of it. I was like, why did you not do this on the show? She's like, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. But
and that's why she's not here tonight, because she is homesick after eating stale mustache. It ain't right.
Absolutely took a couple chomps out of her beard.
You're going to be sick tomorrow then for eating stale cheese, canned cheese.
Oh, canned cheese. I can't believe you ate.
I can feel my color coming up already. It's not
it'll
good.
either cause diarrhea or cure it.
Wow. So much to look forward to. Thank you.
Or not look forward to.
See, and I was just going to watch some Netflix tonight, but now I guess I'm just going to be watching and see what happens.
You're
going to
secretly go get a box of crackers and your can of Cheese Whiz and watch movies.
You are.
I'm going to put that over on my OnlyFans. It'll be me watching documentaries, cheese and crackers.
Talking Beards has an OnlyFans.
Why don't you get yourself a nice baguette and you can just spray it on there?
You just get a donut from Tim Hortons and put Cheese Whiz on it.
Yeah. Yourself a baker's dozen of some maple glazed donuts.
With some spray cheese. That's brilliant.
Tish's stomach wasn't happy, or Tish's stomach was not happy last night after eating it.
Maybe we weren't supposed to eat it. Looking back, I'm thinking, yeah.
Shut up, Nico. Been sitting in the box for 3 months.
It's fine.
I kept it by my heater. Was that a bad idea?
No, yeah, I think it's good. It kept it nice and toasted.
I think it fermented.
Nothing like
Nico barking. Sorry.
It's all good. Nico wanted to be on the show tonight.
He really wanted to be on the show tonight. So, but we want to thank you guys for coming in tonight. Shannon for making a great box, and Ms. Hackman, thank you for making a beautiful mustache and eating some Cheese Whiz with us tonight.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Ride your bicycle with the basket and go get a baguette.
There you go.
Says Jeff Harris.
Hey, and I have some breaking news.
Oh, what breaking news?
We are up to $690 in the paper.
Wow.
Once Don Che completes his transaction, it'll be $690. So that's still pretty good. That's almost $700. Yeah. So thank you everybody that participated in that tonight and last night. And like we said, we're going to keep it open all week. Ray Norcross Thursday night, we'll be talking about it. Fabs and Foghorn and Chicken Wing and whoever else shows up over there on that show. Friday night, we'll talk about it. But yeah, let's try for $1,800 so we can make one whole wig. Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching tonight. And everybody can just individually sign off because that's what I started doing. So I'm Aaron D. Johnston. I'm over here and I'm usually on this show, but thank you for everybody watching tonight. Go ahead. Whoever wants to go next.
Christina, go ahead.
I'm Christine. Bye.
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 That's Shannon Chicken Bread. Bye. And I'm Scott Sykora. Thank you guys all for watching again. Don't forget to go over to talkingbeards.com for more information about the show. We would greatly appreciate it if you followed us over on YouTube and all that fun stuff, because that's always a good thing to do. And remember, you guys, we have Christmas coming up here in a week. We're running out of time. So make sure you guys go over to honestamish.com, promo code Talking Beards to get 15% off your order. Get your orders in as soon as you guys can for some really great stocking stuffers and stuff, because the Christmas rush is going to be hitting and you want to make sure you get your gifts in. So
yeah, this is pretty much the last few days to get your orders in and to guarantee they'll be there by Christmas. So you go ahead and get those in this week. And yeah, that's it. Right? Anything else? I think that's it. Oh my gosh, where's our picture thing? There it is. All right, everybody have a great night. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Talking Beards. Make sure you go over to honestamish.com and use promo code Talking Beards to get 15% off your order. Don't forget to tune in live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern at talkingbeards.com.